Welcome, race fans, to the All-American Sim Racing Network's All-American Racing League or Lawn Care Truck Series. I'm in the booth tonight with David Lafano. David, how's it going?
Hey, not too bad, buddy. Martinsville. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, man, Martinsville for the Super Trucks 150. This should be an exciting race tonight. We got 16, looks like 16 trucks have taken the field so far for this practice session. We're wrapping it up now with less than 30 seconds to go before we get into qualifying. We had some good racing last weekend. Last Sunday there was a doubleheader. If you guys missed it, you missed a good showing as these drivers really showed the talent of this or Lawn Care Truck Series.
Yeah, pretty much all the races so far in this playoff has been pretty exciting. Kyle Purcell has pretty much dominated most of it. I believe he won last week, correct?
Did he win? He swept the doubleheaders. He won both races. Pretty awesome there, which puts him to a 20-point lead over second place Peter Theriot in the points with only Martinsville and Nashville to go. So next weekend we will be in Nashville, but for the finale. But here tonight we're looking at Martinsville, and as these guys are rolling off for qualifying, you have Kyle Purcell 20 points ahead of Peter Theriot. Christian Delgado is back 22 points, tied with Rodney Uberpacker for that third position. In fifth, 23 points back, Jackson Mentor. Sixth, we have Adam Angerstein. He's back 26 points. Seventh, and back 29 points, is Justin Horton. Donald Manning is eighth, 35 points back. Jeremy Flanagan, Zorku, is 42 points behind our leader in ninth. Scott Leonard is 10th, 48 points back. And then you have Tyrone Yo in 11th and Travis Rodriguez in 12th. And those are the 12 running for this championship this season. Current track weather is it's 72 degrees tonight in Martinsville with track temperature at 74. So there's going to be one word for that is grip. There's going to be some grip on this track tonight, which is a good thing as they transition from the asphalt to the concrete here. And I believe qualifying is wrapping up here shortly, and we'll take the grid. But should be a good night for racing.
Oh, absolutely. This track is very challenging. Like I said, you get concrete corners, and then that transition over to asphalt down the straightaway. So trucks usually want to kick out. You can't. You're going to be real easy on the throttle here coming off the corner. So I think it's going to come down to who can control that truck off the corner and get a good run. I mean, it's a little half mile, but with the long straightaways, you really, that to get a good run off the corner means a lot here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. When we have some folks here that don't run every week, and I don't know if you folks at home have noticed, but Lilith Peters is in this field as she climbs to second on the board. Lilith is always a threat to win these things. Peter Theriot is your current pole sitter as we stand right now, but we have three other drivers who've yet to take a lap.
Yeah, Lilith Peters always does a phenomenal job whenever she decides to run with these guys here, and I expect her to be up front, most of the race. I mean, you see here she's looks like 4/100ths off of Peter Theriot's time. So, like I said, always a threat. But we'll see. There's still a few. I don't know who else is left to run here.
Looks like we have Don Manning, Rodney Uberpacker, and Nathan Christensen. None of the three have taken a lap. I don't know if they're just going to start in the back. Hopefully no connection issues or anything like that have gone on that I just haven't noticed.
That might not be the worst idea, is start at the back and maybe avoid some of the mess in the middle in front of the pack. This is always, tight quarter racing. A lot of contact is made, not necessarily intentional, just, somebody check up a little sooner than you're expecting, and you just kind of get in the back of them. And don't take much to turn someone around here.
No, it doesn't. And I think we're going to see, hopefully not, but there's a good chance we're going to see a lot of the trouble on entry because some folks are braking a little different, maybe driving it in harder, where other drivers may be taking it easy on the entering turn 1 and 3, so that they can get that drive off of 2 and 4.
Yeah, that's normally where you will see the little the pushes, the beats and bangs is getting in on corner entry. Just like you said, you try to back up that corner just a little bit so you can try to get more throttle down on exit to get that run down the long straightaway. So I definitely is going to see some tight quarter racing.
Absolutely, and we have anytime you have the lights on at a short track with that moon high in the sky, you're liable to see some tempers flare and some drivers getting angry with one another. They're all friends here in this league, but anything is possible when it comes down to trying to get that checker flag.
Oh, if there isn't at least half the field upset after the end of Martinsville, there's something wrong.
So we had this is the All American Racing League. This is the OR Lawn Care Truck Series. Our All American Racing League also has a Cup Series, the Truckers Feed America Series, which wrapped up their season on Tuesday. Cam Harris is your champion, and a great champion he is. That was a very exciting race at Phoenix that we saw with those guys, and I expect we're going to see a lot of the same here with the OR Lawn Care Truck Series here tonight and again next week at Nashville. But looks like we're taking the grid.
Yeah, it looks like Peter Theriot is going to grab that top spot away from Lilith Peters here.
Yep, you have pole sitter Peter Theriot, Lilith Peters is second, Higginbottom is third, Angerstein comes in fourth, Minter is your top 5, with Sean Purcell sixth, Christian Delgado 7th, 8th on the grid is Kyle Purcell. Jeremy Zorku Flanagan is 9th on the grid. Chad Snyder in that 16 has come out of retirement here to run and is starting in that 10th position, with Scott Leonard in 11th, Tyrone Yo 12th, Johnny May 13th, Nathan Christensen, Rodney Uberpacker, and Donnie Manning rounding out the field. And it does look like Don Manning, Rodney Uberpacker, and Nathan Christensen, they're all here. They just decided not to do this, not to qualify, run it in the back. And the trucks begin to roll off. So we're going to run a lap here, or a lap or two, and get these guys and gals started. Looks like, yeah, it's just going to be a one lap, and then we're going to get going here. Let's check with our starter. Barney does have that green flag in hand, and as these drivers come through turn 3 and off of 4, he's going to send them on the way this first round. After that, it'll be on the leader in the restart zone. So here we go. As I was incorrect, we're going to run, looks like we'll run another lap or so here. Tonight is a throwback race, and we are seeing some pretty awesome paint schemes out here. Let you folks at home try to pick a few out yourself, and then we'll, as the night goes on, we'll call out and try to go through some of these amazing paint schemes that we're seeing that are throwbacks to your favorites. Some of them we know, some of them we might not, but we're going to give it our best shot here in the booth.
Yeah.
Barney has that green flag raised up. We're going to get ready to get going here, Dave, as the pace truck is off. He's off the track and on the pit road. Send him free, Barney. Send him free. As Peter Theriot and Lilith Peters your front row. And they're off. Green there. So head down into turn 1. Peter Theriot gets a little bit of lead over Lilith Peters. Coming onto the backstretch. Peter Theriot, your leader. Second, Lilith Peters. Jason Higginbottom. Oh, I heard someone crunch there. And looks like Tyrone Yo may have got in a little incident there. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Tyrone. Looks like Tyrone got the wall a little bit, but there was something happening in front of him. maybe between Delgado and that 8. Not Lucky Dale detailing. It's Lucky Dog detailing. He just looks like a Dale Earnhardt truck there. Throwback, but let's see if we can find that incident. Well, Delgado's, we're going to back up just a little bit. Delgado's already sideways in the view I'm showing you folks at home, so I'm going to try to back it up, see how he got that way. Oh, wow, there was a lot going on before it actually picked it up. And we're going to back that. Delgado play.
Yeah, it looks like a little 3 wide there that doesn't typically work well here.
Looked like the 9 got hung up. The 9 kind of got into the wall some. This happened way ahead of them. The 00 didn't have anywhere to go. Or the 9 actually got loose off the turn, and then the 10 was shooting in the middle. Got the Delgado in the 13 turned around. Looks like the 8, the 72, the 16 were just kind of caught up in it all. Get back to live racing here and see where we're out on the field as we're pacing lap 4 of 150. Dave, is this going to show us a little bit about things to come, or?
I'm not too sure. This place, you never know what kind of racing you're going to get here. You're either going to have a bunch of yellows, or you can get some green flag runs. It just depends. Hopefully these guys will settle in here a little bit. That was on lap 1. So lap 1, a little early to be. Oh, it's never a good time to take it 3 wide, but I think lap 1 is probably not the best time to do so.
Yeah, and I don't think these drivers were intending to go. We're intending to go 3 wide. I think it really started with that jam up of the 9. 9 seemed to get a little loose off the turn, and when he slowed up, that yellow truck, the 00, really didn't have anywhere to go. And then it went on back. It kind of went on back, and then the 10 was shot the gap, and it was on.
And the pace car is up.
Green flag in the air, and we are off. Peter Theriot breaks him down. Lilith Peters 2nd. Jackson Minter 3rd. Jason Higginbottom moves to 3rd as Jackson Minter gets shuffled up the track.
Yeah, good start for Lilith Peters to be able to clear and get down to the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. As they're heading down into turn 1, Peter Theriot with about a half a truck over Lilith Peters. Lilith taking a little higher line through there than the 26 did that time by. See if she does the same thing in turns 3 and 4. Yeah, she lets it go up the track a little bit and then diamonds it down on the exit. Seems to be pretty fast for her as Peter Theriot pulls out just a little bit. Christian Delgado is in the pits. Not sure what happened, if he missed that fast repair or what happened there. I was just noticing that he wasn't moving on track.
Yeah, it looks like he's been on, pit lane for a few minutes now, so I'm not too sure.
Sean Purcell has crashed. Not sure what happened. Let's see what can happen with Sean. Did not bring out the yellow, it doesn't appear.
It looks like he got it rolling there.
See what happened with that 00 machine, if we can catch it there real quick. Yeah, he just gets loose on entry. 69 gets by. Looks like everybody makes it by safely on the bottom. No harm, no foul. I mean, except for him. He's going to be not so happy about that, but able to keep going as the 26 is still your leader.
Oh, Angerstein's around.
And Adam's around. Let's see what happened with Adam. So we're still under the green flag, folks. Adam gets to the outside. Oh, he just gets to the outside of that 16. 16 gives him a little love tap there. Gets the 9 around, but the 9 gets it going again. This is the Super Trucks 150. Ladies and gentlemen at home, we do have race control monitoring situations on the track. So you see a truck slide like that or spin like that. We're trying to keep the racing going. As long as there's not a pileup of more than one vehicle, then we're trying to give them the chance to straighten the vehicle out and give you folks at home a chance to see some live racing. So we see this battle back here for 8th, 9th, and 10th between Chad Snyder, Scott Leonard, and Jeremy Zorku Flanagan. And you can see right there, there's the Napa United throwback. I believe that's for Michael Waltrip. Even though he's rolling the 16, I'm not sure of a 16 that's run the Napa scheme before, but I've been wrong. Not real familiar with all the Truck Series stuff, but you see that Lucky Dog detailing making the move to the inside, and then he loses it. Oh, tried to drive it in there too hard. What would Dale do?
No, he kept it rolling, no harm, no foul.
Yep, absolutely. As we get back up front here, Lilith Peters and Jason Higginbottom battling it out for that second position. Peter Theriot was pulled out to almost a 1 second gap over this battle here for second place between the 1 and the 44.
Yeah, this track is too also a lot about rhythm here. Once you can just find a rhythm, once you get like a green flag run like we're seeing now, that really helps a lot of these drivers just to find that rhythm, hit their marks, and they can usually find some more speed there instead of trying to push the car. Anytime you try to push the car here, a lot of times it gets the truck upset, and that's where you see the handling issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's battling going on all over this track. We were seeing some still back there with Chad Snyder in the 16, battling it out with Don Manning. And then we see this battle here still happening up front between second place Lilith Peters and third place Jason Higginbottom. I know running the Cup cars here, I really love this place. I find this, as we're under yellow for something, I'm not really sure. Did Johnny May have an issue there? I'm not really sure what this one was for here on lap 20 of 150 here in the Super Trucks 150. Are you seeing anything, Dave, on your end?
I'm not seeing anything. Peter Theriot has hit pit road, is what it's saying on my screen.
Yeah, the leader came down pit road. Looks like Lilith.
No, it looks like Theriot stayed out. Lilith Peters is now on pit road.
Oh, he must have faked it. He must have faked it because it did show up on my display as well. But he stayed it. So Lilith came in. Johnny May is in. Looks like Scott Leonard's in. Nathan Christensen, Adam Angerstein, Tyrone Yo, Sean Purcell, Christian Delgado still sitting on pit road from earlier incident. Your leader is Peter Theriot. Second, Jason Higginbottom. Third is Kyle Purcell. Fourth, Jackson Minter. And rounding out your top five is Rodney Uberpacker.
And it looks like Lilith Peters is taking 4 tires. I'm not quite sure. We're only 20 laps in, so I'm not sure if this is a fuel strategy to try to. I'm not sure where these fuel runs look. Where they run out. Maybe they've got a plan of when they want to pit. Seems a little early to be taking tires, only 21 laps in, so I'm not too sure with that one.
I'm really not sure what the fall off is. I can't imagine it being that much here in the trucks, but I haven't turned a lap in these trucks in forever here at this track, so not really sure with this tire model what we're looking at here. But it may be just something saying, hey, I'll be better on that longer run. I'll be better at the end of the run than these guys are. And as you said before, fuel, I'm not sure where they land on fuel, but 100, if you're trying to run the rest of the race out, you're looking at 120 some, 28 laps, 129 laps that you would have to run on a full fuel tank here. Not sure that's possible. It'd be a lot of saving going on.
Yeah, and I don't think we're done seeing yellows by any means. So it's a little interesting. What it looks like 5 or 6 trucks came down and took tires and fuel. So must be something to it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And of course, they have 4 tire sets, I believe. So they're not going to use them all here. Might as well go ahead and take a fresh set when you're when the trucks are sitting still, so you're not losing all that time trying to get some tires later. It's Kyle Purcell in his LeafFilter.com Toyota down there. He's a big fan, as you can see by his photo, folks. That's all right too. Let's get back Back up front here with Peter Theriot in that 26 Chevrolet. He's driving the Longhorn scheme tonight. Pace truck is in. David, call him down. And the 26 gets a great jump. I didn't know you were back with us, Dave.
Yeah. Kyle Purcell, he's come up through the field here a little bit. He's always a quick track. Keep your eye on the 10 of Kyle Purcell as well. But right now it's all Peter Theriot. Jumping out, great start, half-second lead already, and the yellow is out again.
Zorku has crashed, it appears. Let's go back and see what happened to Zorku on the restart. All right, he's got the 92 of Don Manning behind him. Don gets a little loose getting in, but gets under that 72, and then just, I don't think the 72 was expecting him to dive bomb him like that. I mean, that probably could have been avoided. It looked like the 92 was going to try to get to his inside, and then looks like he slipped a little bit at getting the diving in, but was still under there when the 72 pulled down to take that line into the turn.
Yeah, looks, you can see the 92. Looks like he locked up he's trying to get on the brakes and locked him up just a little bit, and that kind of sent him up the hill.
Looks like so Nathan. Wait a minute. What am I seeing here? Johnny May out. Nathan Christensen out. Nope, because there's the 09. Okay, they're both on track. I don't know why it says. Oh, they were pitting out. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, they're both still on track.
Yeah, I think it was showing me they were pitting out, and I read that as out of the race. Just happened to glance over there and catch it. This Christian Delgado still sits on pit road. He's been there since lap 1 incident. If he returns to the race, he'll be quite a few laps down. But your leader, Peter Theriot, over Jason Higginbottom in second, Kyle Purcell in third, Rodney Uberpacker fourth, and Lilith Peters back up to top 5 already. She has fresher tires than everybody else, Dave.
Yeah, she's making it work for her. Coming back to the front in quite a hurry as well. I think Adam Anger's team was the next one on the fresh tires and sitting in 7th.
Yeah, and then Sean Purcell's in 9th. I believe he's got some fresh ones on too, being down on lap 22. And then from Johnny May in 11th all the way back to Don Manning in 15th, they were just on pit road here on this caution.
Yeah, looking at that, it looks like Johnny May probably, by the looks of his time, took fuel only. And more than likely the same with Nathan Christensen on that last round. Scott Leonard, probably 4 tires.
The lights are off on the pace truck. We're on lap 30 of 150 in the Super Trucks 150 for the All-American Racing Leagues or Lawn Care Truck Series. Pace truck is off. They head into turn 3. We'll be coming. The 26 will be leading us through the restart zone. When he goes, they go. And Peter's on the gas. He pulls out to a truck and a half to 2 trucks lead over the 44. As the 44 is able to hold off that 10 and get a run in on the 26 entering or exiting 2. Lilith Peters just past the 29 to move into the 4th position. She's picking them up and putting them down here tonight, folks. Battle at the front, the 26 of Peter Theriot over Jackson Higginbottom by, looks like 0.3 of a second. Jackson Minter working to try to get around the 00 of Sean Purcell. Looks like Minter may be in trouble. The 69's catching him. I believe the 00 just passed him. The 69 is now into his inside. 16 right there, right in front of him. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the 25. He is taking a lower line on the entry, all the way down, actually through the straight stretches. A little bit lower than everyone else. I don't see any significant damage on that DuPont Coca-Cola paint scheme of the number 25.
Yeah, as Peter Theriot kind of continues to lead, I've just been kind of taking a peek through the field. Chad Snyder really looks like he's struggling here to hold it on the bottom of the racetrack, because now he's letting some of these guys go around him on the outside. He's been struggling ever since the drop of the green flag on this last restart, so not too sure what's going on with that 16 truck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like he and the 25 are having some similar issues, just not really holding that much speed. And again, like you say, maybe keeping it down in the center, keeping it down to roll that center as these the 25 and 16 are now kind of pacing one another. Peter Theriot's up to a half-second lead over the 44, Jason Higginbottom. Lilith Peters moved into third. She's another 4 truck lengths back. Looks like 8
And
tenths.
yellow is out.
And we have a Tyrone crashed. I see. It looks like Scott Leonard may have had some issues too. Let's go back to Scott's incident, which may have been before the yellow.
Oh, this all happened in front of Tyrone.
Yeah, it looks like the 8 got in a little deep and hit the 09, spun him out. The 92 and the 2 come down and got into him. It was very unfortunate. But yeah, it all started back with Scott Leonard. He got into the turn, tried to dive bomb it a little bit, and he lost the rear of the truck. We'll watch it again here. Looks like he's just going to get a run. Comes in pretty deep, and under braking, loses the rear end. He's going sideways, catches the 09. 92 gets into the 8. The 2 comes around and gets right into the side of the 09 as the 09 was trying to get his truck straightened up.
Yeah, Tyrone was just kind of in the wrong spot at the wrong time as that 09 tried to whip it back and get going again.
Yeah, and we see Chad Snyder and Scott Leonard, Tyrone Yo, Don Manning, Christian Delgado still on pit road, but these other guys are coming down to get service to their trucks. They do have 2 fast repairs here. I think they've used them all, maybe more than what they had. Started borrowing them from friends. I don't know how that works, but we are showing Lilith Peters as your leader now. Peter Theriot. Oh, he came in, so he came in.
I think Peter finally decided to come in. He saw those 20 lap fresh tires did make a difference. I mean, we see Lilith now up at the front, Adam Angustine up to third now with those fresh tires, and then Sean. It's all fresh tires that were behind Peter, so probably the right call to come in here, get a fresh set, and work your way back to the front.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had Peter and Jason that were both running up there first and second. Both came down and took. Looks like they both took 4 tires and fuel and are ready to get out here and make up that time from 9th and 10th position.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different strategy. If you look at this, I'm showing Jackson Minter, Jeremy Flanagan, and also Kyle Purcell have yet to hit pit lane. So there's a few cars that haven't been down, some that have pitted on lap 20, 22, 26, and just now. So, the field's kind of jumbled up on strategy. So this will be kind of an interesting one to watch and see how it plays out.
Yeah, which really leads me to wonder about Jackson Minter, right? I noted earlier that it looked like he was having some trouble there, but was he just trying to save his stuff, save fuel? Because not to come down and pit at all, still hasn't been on pit road. He was very slow in that 25 truck a few laps ago. As the pace truck exits the pit road, Lilith Peters will bring him around to Barney and the green flag or the restart zone, and she gets that jump off. Pulling out to a good 2 trucks over the 10 of Purcell. Heading into 1. 9 of Adam Angerstein.
Oh, and Lilith overshot the corner,
Oh.
getting down into 1, gives the lead to Kyle Purcell now.
Wow, Kyle Purcell still hasn't stopped for tires, just takes the lead over the 1. The 9 of Adam Angerstein is on the inside of Sean Purcell. Don't look now, but here comes that 69 of Johnny May making his way up through the field to the inside of the 00. These are teammates here in this series. 69 and 00. We sure aren't racing like it. As they're not beating and banging, folks. They're just racing each other pretty hard, and you can't blame them. This thing will tick away fast with green flag laps. As we see Peter Theriot move in on the inside of the 25. Now, this is a fast truck on fresh tires. He's got to be patient.
Yeah, I think that's the key word for this race. Anytime you hear is just preach yourself patience, especially if you're Peter Theriot. You know you get a good truck. Like I said, led pretty much this whole race up until this last round of pit stop. So patience, he'll get back to the front. He's got a good enough truck to get back up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And he seems to be making it happen right now as we're riding behind Peter Theriot here. Just kind of get an eye. Maybe we'll jump on board with Peter and see how he's trying to navigate this traffic in front of him, you know, as he does have much fresher tires than everyone else. Let's see what we've got here. I think we can, if we can find his helmet cam, we'll get right on there and take a look.
Oh, and the 9's around.
Yeah, so we kind of saw that right in front, folks. That's what it looks like when you're on board as another truck gets loose in front of the... I mean, I'm just kind of speechless. That's yellow is out. Yeah, is that 9? I'll see if we can get back there and take a look at what happened with Adam. But we were on board with Peter Theriot at the time, and he sees that truck spinning in front of him. That's just it's a very sickening feeling. You don't really know where that truck's going to go, and Peter chose the right location, which was low. And the 9 is just sitting. He can't do anything at this point. Just sit still and let other drivers go on around.
Yeah, Adam did it right there, holding the brake, letting these guys get rolling, get by him before he starts rolling, spinning that thing around. A good job on his part to just kind of hold it where he was.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely... you know, you preach that in leagues all the time. Hold the brake, just hold the brake, just hold the brake. And Adam did the right thing there. That was a good move. As Lilith Peters is your leader, we're showing Peter Theriot up to second position as several drivers have hit pit road. Jason Higginbottom is third. These guys just pitted on lap 38. Here we are, 51 of 150 in the Super Trucks 150, and Jackson Minter is in. Sean Purcell, Jeremy Flanagan, Kyle Purcell, and Tyrone Yo all taking an opportunity to get some tires here, as well as Johnny May, and Don Manning.
Yeah, so it looks like Johnny May came in for 4 tires. Sean Purcell possibly 2 tires. Jeremy Flanagan with looks like 4 as well. So. And Tyrone Yo Jr. as well, taking 4.
So we get him lined back up here behind the pace truck. Looks like that 44 is contesting a little something there. Maybe having a conversation with somebody. A little sign language back and forth, who knows. That 10 of Kyle Purcell is back on pit road, maybe getting some damage repaired. I'm not sure. So he waits to the end of pit road and now gets the signal to go out by NASCAR. And that puts Cal Purcell, I believe, a lap down. Along with Adam Angerstein and Christian Delgado is several laps down.
Yeah, so it looks like Kyle Purcell's going to be first car lap down. Then you're going to have Adam Angerstein behind him, also a lap down.
Yeah, Adam Angerstein would be behind Kyle because Adam likely got the penalty for the caution. So he got the tail end of the longest line. Which fortunately for him is that first, second lap down position. As the pace truck is off, Lilith Peters will bring us to the green flag. Anytime in the restart zone, she is able to start this race. She's waiting as she takes a jump, but Peter Theriot and Jason Higginbottom are not letting her get out too far. As Peter now goes looking to the outside of the one, running that second lane through turns 1 and 2. But that Lilith got a great run off the turn.
Yeah, Peter got a piece of the wall coming off of 2. I'm not sure why he stayed high. It looked like Jason in the 44, lifted for him, let him get to the bottom, but he chose to stick it out to the outside.
Was that the?
Looks like Johnny May.
I thought I saw the 00, but let me go back and see what we have here. We didn't mention Kyle Purcell, which I think he just got his lap back. But that's not good being a lap down where he stands in the points. Let's see what happened with the 69 here. He just gets loose off exit, gets it completely sideways, holds the brake. The 2 clipped him. The 2's just had the worst of luck today. Barely clips that back bumper of the 69.
Yeah, but good job, everyone, avoiding that, right there coming off the corner. You don't see it till you're off the corner, so good job, everyone, making it around through that.
Yeah, absolutely. It could have led to a lot more damage. But then again, just the 69 must have been paying attention to what the 9 did as far as holding that brake, or the message getting through loud and clear in the All-American Racing League. Because that looked good for both those drivers, is holding that brake. Let your competitors have a chance to get around you clean, and then get yourself going.
Yeah, and I know that's something we preach here in this league. That we've had issues in the past where some guys wouldn't hold their brake, they roll back down the track, and that's one of those number one sins in iRacing, right? Especially in the officials, someone roll down the track and cause even more wrecks when it didn't have to be.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Kyle Purcell getting his lap back there, his lucky dog. He gets the lucky dog here tonight. And he's getting that lap back. That's going to be good for him as the points leader. I mean, Peter Theriot's up here chomping at the bit saying, I can get some points today. But now with Kyle Purcell on the back on the lead lap, he can kind of mitigate that difference or that loss.
Yeah, and with this changing pit strategy now, it looks like Lilith Peters is going to be... She will have the oldest tires in the field, I believe. So we'll see how this plays out for her. But hopefully she can hold in there, until we get another caution, maybe get caught up and everyone get back on the same strategy. But for sure, a big change in strategy everywhere through the field.
Yeah, absolutely. The 26 Longhorn truck sitting in second, Peter Theriot. He was last on, so he's 18 laps fresher. Most drivers, with the exception, Nathan Christensen pitted on lap 26. Lilith Peters was on lap 20. The rest were 38 or more, or fewer, I guess, laps when you count the laps. It's 18 lap difference between anybody in the top 5, or the second through fifth have 18 lap better tires than Lilith Peters. So we'll have to see if that makes a difference here on this first few laps of this restart, if we can get some green flag laps under our belts.
Oh, for sure. And once again, I don't know anyone that tuned in last week, but last week we had another steakhouse advertisement on a truck, didn't we?
I think we did. It was Texas.
Texas Roadhouse,
yes.
Now Longhorn. They're killing me.
Yep, and here we go as the one's going to lead us down, and she is off. She gets a good jump out to at least 2 trucks over the 26 of Peter Theriot. Caught him sleeping this time around as they head into 1.
Now we get the 29 Rodney Uberpacker up to 4th.
We got a caution. We have a caution. Looks like it was the 9 and the 13. We were looking out of our digger cam when it happened. We're going to go to a different camera view here and see if we can catch that wreck. Right here with Tyrone Yo. He and the 9 were both caught up. The 9 gets a good run to his inside. The 13 is around and the 9 is trying to void it. As the 13 sitting on the inside against the wall, he just gets up and spins himself up to the wall. And the 2 gets caught up again. See if we can take another look at that while we're pacing here, folks.
Yeah, I'd say if we had an award for the most unlucky driver each week, right now, tonight would be Tyrone Yo. Seems like every caution he catches just enough of that. He's in every single one.
And unfortunately, I mean, he was minding his own business there. The 13 kind of got down into the grass and nosed it in the wall. And the 9 had to go high to get around the back side of the truck there. And, you know, the 2 was just the high side of the 9. He had just innocent victim.
Yeah, I mean, it happens here. You know, when someone spins around the track, it's already narrow enough. When you get someone spun around, there's really a lot of times no place to go at all.
And Christian Delgado will, I'm sorry, not Christian Delgado, but Nathan Christensen will get one of his laps back as he just got the free pass to run around the pace truck there. I keep saying Nathan Christensen, and I'm wrong there. It's the 13 truck is what I was looking at, so it was Delgado. Got one of his laps back. He is quite a few laps down. Had a tough night so far, starting at lap 1, and I believe didn't have his quick repair checked. Therefore, got stuck making necessary repairs in order to get back out here and get up to speed.
Yeah, that's a tough break for him. I believe he was sitting 3rd in the points.
Yeah, you know, and of the 16 trucks here tonight, he's 35 laps down. Adam Angerstein's sitting in the pits currently. The other 14 drivers are on the lead lap. And that says a lot for here at Martinsville, but, you know, we have had 7 cautions in 67 laps of the Super Trucks 150 at Martinsville. So, yeah, Dave, steak, man. Dang.
Yeah, once again, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to have Uber Eats or somebody bring me something here to the studio. I'm not endorsed by any of those, so it could be DoorDash, it could be any of them at this point. Could be my girlfriend if I could get her to go get me a steak dinner from one of the steak places here in town. The lights are off on the pace truck, and the pace truck has dipped to pit road as we bring him back around to get him started again. Lilith Peters is your leader with Peter Theriot in second. Will Lilith get as good a jump, or will she catch him sleeping, or will Peter Theriot, is he awake to it now? And watching what that one is going to do. As we're in the restart zone, and Lilith spins her tires just a little bit, but still gets about a 1 truck jump on the 26. But he's not letting her get away this time as he closes back in through the center of 1 and 2. Banging and sliding around somewhere. Chad Snyder's falling back as we've under caution once again. Looks like Chad and the 72 are tied up in something back here. Let's see if I can find out what happened with these guys. And then afterward, it looked like the Scott Leonard may have been caught up in something as well. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Oh yeah, the 8 really dove it in. I don't know if he had problems with his brakes or what, but that there's some guys not going to be so happy about that move, as he came from quite a few cars back to do that. We'll take another look at it here. Watch this 8 truck, folks, as he seriously has a head of steam coming on. It's almost like his brakes didn't work at all. Passes the 09, gets up and just barely scrubs the 16, but he hits that curbing at the bottom, which shoots him up into the 16. And then the 72 is involved. The 13 is involved. 09 was involved. I think that was just a little bit of some aggressive driving there. Had a good run. 16 is now on pit road.
Yeah, but you know who made it through there was the 2 of Tyrone Yo.
You know, he deserves it. He deserves it. He's hit everything but that pace car tonight, and I don't think I've seen a bit of it be Tyrone's fault. So Tyrone deserves a break. With that Mobile 1 Campbell paint scheme he's running tonight, the Mobile 1 throwback looks pretty good on that truck. It's an old Tony Stewart throwback for the 29. That Home Depot livery. I'm not going to mention the Longhorn steak. Yes, I just mentioned it. Never mind. Your leader, Lilith Peters, over Peter Theriot, Jason Higginbottom, Rodney Uberpecker 4th, who's up 11 positions, our biggest mover, by the way. Sean Purcell is 5th. Jackson Minter 6th. Don Manning is 7th. 8th is Tyrone Yo. Nathan Christensen is 9th. 10th is Scott Leonard. Jeremy Flanagan, Adam Angerstein, and Cal Purcell are still on pit road. Jeremy Flanagan looks like he come in, got some damage repaired possibly. Took 4 tires. All these drivers took 4 tires. Jeremy Flanagan, Scott Leonard, Adam Angerstein, whose truck looks pretty clean. Must have used a quick repair there. That 10 of Kyle Purcell's still pretty beat up, so don't think he took a quick repair. Maybe got some damage in some tires. It's a 23-second pit stop. He definitely got some damage corrected there, as did the 16 of Chad Snyder. And they're off. Lilith Peters takes us down into turn 1, followed closely by Peter Theriot and Jason Higginbottom. Peter Theriot closing in on that 1, right on her bumper of Lilith Peters as they both fishtail a little coming off turn 4. Heading down into turn 1. The 26 takes another shot to the back. Let's see, can he get to the rear bumper and get that run off? Very tough battle in between the 1 and 26.
Yellow is out again.
Yellow is out again. Where are we here? Looks like Tyrone Yo may have had some issues there. Let's see what happened with him. And again, it was the 8 clipped the bumper of the 2. I don't know if he wasn't expecting the speed or what exactly was happening there. But let's look from Scott Leonard's view here and see what happened.
Yeah, it looks like the 2 checked up a little bit earlier than maybe Scott was expecting.
Oh, yes, the 2 scrubbed the wall on entry and really slowed down. Yeah, if watching a little bit closer, I'm going to back it up here for you folks at home. You can see, yeah, so right just past the start-finish line, the 2 is in the wall for maybe 30 or 40 feet there. And then he comes off the wall to try to make his turn in, and the 8 was just carrying enough speed to hit him. I can't really put that on the 8 myself. More like an incident for Yo. But I don't make those kind of decisions. I just report what I see and my opinion on it, and then I move on. Lilith Peters is your leader, with Peter Theriot in second, Jason Higginbottom third, Rodney Uberpacker fourth, Sean Purcell rounding out your top 5.
And Peter Theriot is definitely a little bit quicker than Lilith Peters. He just needs a little bit of a green flag around him to try to make a move and get around her here.
Yeah, absolutely. We've noticed the 9 down pit road and then off pit road just now, and then just came right back down. Not sure if he didn't get all of his damage that he wanted cleaned up. We'll see when he hits his box here. No, it looks like he's taking tires now. It could be that he just didn't intend to hit pit road that first time. I don't know. Apparently didn't get tires the first time around. He'll take 4 tires now. This is the Super Trucks 150 from the Ore Line Carrier Truck Series. We're the All-American Sim Racing Network, broadcasting the All-American Racing League's truck race here tonight. Lap 81 of 150. The lights are off on the Pace truck, so that means we'll be going green next time by. You'll see the Pace truck hit pit road. Lilith Peters will again bring us to that green flag, as she can start anytime within that restart zone. And Peter Theriot says, I'm not sleeping on you this time. I'm going out for steak after this. As Lilith Peters is bringing him down slowly, and she takes off. And she's out to about a truck and a half, 2 trucks over Peter Theriot, but he quickly closes on the entry to 1.
Yellow once again.
Oh, as the 26 takes a shot at the 1. Let's see what happened back here with Don Manning. So we're under caution again for the 9th time, I believe. Let's see what happens here with this 92 truck. We're going to bring it to you a little bit. He got on that. Looks like he got on the curbing. Shoots way up the truck in front of the 09 of Christensen. 3 wide on exit with Zorko, the 09, but the 92 comes back down the track and right into the 16 and pushes the 16 down into the 2. He himself hits the 2. Again, the 2 was doing nothing wrong, Dave. That's just unbelievable.
I believe the 2 got stuck in the wall there as well.
Unfortunate. 13 was caught up in this. The 8 was caught up in this. Just mayhem all over the track. We're going to go back and look at that in real time, guys. See.
Yeah, not too sure why the 92 chose to come back down the track right there.
Take another look at it here in next to real time. Quarter speed. Yeah, right there. He comes down and just... And the 2, you're right. The 2 got stuck in the fence. Can't get it moved. That is unfortunate for Tyrone Yo. But I don't know if you saw what was happening up front. As Lilith Peters, Peter Theriot was still on the track. Lilith Peters went ahead and stopped for 4 tires. But Peter gave her a little shot there right as the yellow came out. Really upset the rear of the truck. So we have nine trucks left on the lead lap, with Peter Theriot your leader, Rodney Uberpacker in second, Sean Purcell is third, Jackson Minter fourth, Jeremy Zorku Flanagan is up to 5th position, Nathan Christensen is 6th. Lilith Peters 7th. Scott Leonard is 8th. And Kyle Purcell rounds out your top 9. Chad Snyder is your first truck down, 1 lap down right now in 10th position. We are over halfway here, folks, in the Super Trucks 150. We're 87 laps of 150 into this race. It hasn't been short of cautions. It hasn't been shy of any mayhem.
No, not at all. It looks like, like you said, Lilith Peters finally on pit road after her initial stop on lap 20. So she'll have some fresh tires to try to work her way back up to the field, too.
As Peter Theriot is your control truck starting the race here as he gets a good jump in the restart zone. Pulls out about 2 trucks over the 29 of Rodney Uberpacker. Sean Purcell is in 3rd with that 25 Jackson Minter, making it work on the outside of the 00 of Purcell. We see a gaggle of trucks here towards the back as the 16's trying to make his way up through the field. Although he is a lap down, he's sitting in 10th position. He's wanting another caution. He says, "Let's bring it on, folks. Let's make it happen here." As we see the number 1 of Lilith Peters on the outside of Kyle Purcell, and she makes the pass, setting her sights on the 09 of Christensen. Peter Theriot is your leader. Rodney Uberpacker is 2nd. Sean Purcell is 3rd. Jackson Minter's 4th with Jeremy Flanagan 5th. Lieutenant Purcell boots the 09 a little bit there. Wow, some action all over this track.
Yeah, that looked like that's the second time the 10 has kind of gotten to the 09. That's kind of what started that last caution, so not sure what's going on with them two tonight.
Peter Theriot's out 1.5 seconds over Rodney Uberpacker. It's 2.9 back to Sean Purcell in 3rd. So Peter Theriot is kind of running away with this. Lilith on her fresh tires is back up to the 6th position. She's currently running 4.5 seconds behind our leader. Now, Peter Theriot was in on lap 38. If it stays green, Sean Purcell in 3rd was in on lap 50. 4th was Jackson Minter was on 51, and Jeremy Flanagan was in on 72. Lilith Peters coming on those freshest tires came in on lap 84 alongside Scott Leonard.
Yeah, and Lilith just has to remain patient. There's plenty of time left here in this race. We still got a little over 50 laps or so. So on the freshest tires, she definitely has probably one of the fastest trucks on the track at the moment. So she just stays patient, pick them off when she can, and she'll be back up the front here in no time.
As we just saw, it looked like Kyle Purcell got really, really loose there and smacked the wall. The right side of that truck's beat up pretty bad. Not really having one of his best nights. As we said, again, he won that race last week. As we see Lilith Peters go to the outside of the 25 of Jackson Minter to take that 4th position away. She sets her sights now on Sean Purcell in the 00. There's that Texas Roadhouse truck we saw last week.
Oh, so there's 2 of them in the field. That's wonderful.
It's going to be the battle of the stakes, I guess, between Peter Theriot and fourth place Sean Purcell.
As we see Lilith Peters now scoot around there for getting the 3rd position as Sean Purcell goes around.
I think we're staying green, folks.
Yeah, he kept it straight.
We see that 10 up. As we now move back, we're checking out that 00. Still running that one lane or half, maybe a lane and a half up off the bottom through the turn there. Yeah, I mean, you could find some speed up there, but you're more apt to loop that thing on entry, aren't you, going in? I mean, the rear end seems to lighten up, especially in these trucks, entering that high lane like that.
Yeah, I'd be more worried about the truck behind you, where if you're running that, lane up, you're kind of blocking track a little bit. I'd be more worried about the truck behind you trying to, dive in on the bottom of you.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the Longhorn truck still running in the first position, with we jump back to our 00 as Sean Purcell has now fallen back to 8th in the other the Texas Roadhouse truck. So Sean almost losing it there. Must have really upset his tires. As we see now Scott Leonard to be the next truck to catch him for position, as the 9 of Adam Angerstein is laps down but trying to make something happen there. Oh, as Adam made something happen, he turns his truck sideways. Can he get it going again? The caution is out. I believe that caution did come out for the 9 as our leader, Peter Theriot, was coming. So I believe that was the caution, because they didn't want the leader to run into a truck that's sitting there on the track. He was coming up on that 9 before the 9 got moving. Peter Theriot is on pit road. Rodney Uberpacker comes down pit road. Looks like Lilith Peters is going to stay out, as well as Jeremy Flanagan and Nathan Christensen. Chad Snyder will be your lucky dog, if I'm reading this correctly. So he'll get that lap back and be back up there on the lead lap, trying to battle this thing out for a win.
Yeah, and I was watching Lilith Peters on that last run. It looks like at one point she was 2 seconds behind Rodney Uberpacker coming to the front. Within 4 or 5 laps was, down to almost half a second. So she's definitely making the most out of those fresh tires. But now we're going to have, a bunch of these trucks behind her on fresher tires. So
yeah,
we'll see how this plays out for her.
It looks like that 10 of Cal Purcell, who's been a fast truck, but he's been beat up and had some pretty bad luck. Looks like he's taking a quick repair there. That truck looks brand new, as does the 25 of Jackson Minter. It's going to be coming close to 40 laps to go here. It's time to have a fresh truck.
Oh, absolutely. Now is the time. If you have one in the bank, have a little bit of damage, now's the time to use that.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're seeing that the majority of these trucks have used their quick repairs, and Scott Leonard here is in a fresh truck, that Lucky Dog detailing machine, Dale Earnhardt machine, paint scheme there. Tyrone Yo, looks like his truck looks pretty clean now. Cal Purcell looks clean. Rodney Uberpacker truck's clean. Delgado's truck is clean. Yeah, these drivers have taken advantage of the fast repairs, ready to get this thing going again. See if we get them lined up 2 by 2 here shortly, as we see the lights are still on the pace truck. Sean Purcell was back on pit road, and it must be out of quick repairs, as that truck is pretty beat up on the right side. I know he'd have wanted to get that fixed up with that rear spoiler, the right side of that rear spoiler kind of sticking up in the air. I don't know, may help him here to have it sticking up a little more, but we'll just have to see how this thing works out. Lights are off on the pace truck. Dave, you want to bring him down this time once the pace truck takes pit road?
Yeah, so now we're going to have Lilith Peters in the captain chair there, and Jeremy Zorku Flanagan now on the outside of her. As soon as Lilith hits this restart zone, we'll see when she takes off, and she does. A great jump for Lilith here, out to 5, 6, 7 car lengths. Really, really quick getting into one.
Yeah, no challenge getting into one, no challenge off 2. Looks like we have Peter Theriot gets into the back of Nathan Christensen and gets him turned around. I kind of caught that out of my side view out the window here. Let's go back and take a look.
Yeah, Nathan is not having the best of nights here. He's been spun around here a few times.
Well, it looks like Peter was going to try to take him 3 wide off of the turn, and there just wasn't any room there. You know, Nathan was using that bottom part of the track, and that's what it looks like to me. Take another look for maybe a different view.
Yeah, it looks like Nathan kind of left half a lane below him, and Peter tried to take more than that half. That's what happens here. We're getting in the late run-ins, and you know, you gotta remember Peter's on the freshest tires. He's chomping at the bit to get back to the front, and you know, sometimes just mistakes like that happen.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you were talking about earlier, Dave, when we were talking about drivers, you know, some of the drivers running that second lane and actually making some speed there. But, you know, I was talking about the danger of kind of getting loose on entry. And you mentioned the danger of, you know, you're leaving that open for another driver to kind of dive into that open area. And there's just not room here to be 3 wide on exit. There's just not. You know, you can get your run off exit and then do something down the straightaway quickly. Force another driver to have to brake a little early into the next turn. But not real fond of going 3 wide anywhere here on this track myself.
Yeah, that's usually not a winning combination.
Well, Peter Theriot is in the 5th position with some of, like you said, some of the best tires. He and Sean Purcell and Jackson Minter, Rodney Uberpacker, all pitted on lap 105, with Lilith out there pitted on lap 84, Zorku on lap 72, same as his truck number. Maybe a luck thing if you're into all that. And even Scott Leonard pitted on lap 84. So these 4 trucks, starting at Sean Purcell, Peter Theriot, Jackson Minter, and Rodney Uberpacker, pitted on lap 105 just a few laps ago. But we just saw a little bit of damage to the front of Peter Theriot. How will that affect his truck trying to get, as Peter will be going to the back? But with that, you know, how is this going to affect his truck getting up through the field? I know a little bit of dents and dings here and there are not a big deal. Getting moved to the back is, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I do believe iRacing on this last update did change some of the damage model as well. So that's still kind of an unknown going in on what the damage kind of looks like, how it affects, you know, these trucks and these cars out here. We're fresh off that update, so we're kind of, everyone's learning at this point to see how that reacts to those little, you know, scrapes off the wall or little, you know, fender bender type stuff.
Absolutely. As the pace truck is in, the one will once again lead us to the green flag here. Let's see how Lilith Peters can get a jump on the 72 this time. And she gets going. Looks like only about a truck and a half to 2 trucks this time as they enter one. Zorka was able to keep it close to that one this time around. Jackson Minter lost a couple positions there on that restart to fall back to the 6th position. As he's now trying to work his way back up around the 29 of Rodney Uberpacker. But Rodney Uberpacker cuts him off into the turn. Says, no, sir, I'm closing the doors. I heard a little crash in the background there. I don't see a caution, so we'll keep on and talking. Lilith Peters is still your leader. She's got 4 truck lengths over.
Oh, Scott Leonard's around. Scott Leonard's around.
We have the 8 sideways on the truck. Will he get it moving again?
It looks like he does get it rolling. I don't see a yellow yet.
No yellow as the 8 was able to continue on. Yeah, and that was a good call there by race control. There was enough time between where the leader was and, as you can see, the 8 going into the turn up there. There was enough time there to allow the 8 to get his truck straightened up and get moving on, as we are on lap 119 of 150 here in the Super Trucks 150 for the OR Lawn Care Truck Series. Battles for third between the 00 of Sean Purcell and Rodney Uberpacker. The 29 would like to take that position away as he moves to the inside of the Texas Roadhouse truck.
And Yellow is out.
Adam Angerstein. See what happened with Adam. As he's heading down into 3, looks like not sure what happened there. That was very odd. Let me back it up, see if we can get another look at that, folks. Not to make y'all too dizzy, but not sure why his truck just took a hard right there. From the view that I had, I'm not sure. Let's stop it there.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that with Adam. It looks like he almost came to a stop about halfway down the backstretch there.
Yeah, Adam's truck halted, just like almost like his brakes locked up on him. It's just like his truck slowed like real hard, and the 10 had nowhere to go but into the back of him. That was very strange. Just to see the truck literally halt that quickly.
Yeah, it's very, very odd.
Well, here we are under the 13th caution here in the Super Trucks 150 at Martinsville Speedway. This is the Orr Lawn Care Truck Series, part of the All-American Racing League, which will have a new season starting up here in July with the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series running kind of in tandem each and every week, which would be kind of cool. As well as this is a progression model that has been put together by All-American Racing League to get new folks in, get them in the Truck Series, see how they run, get them progressed to the Xfinity Series, and possibly get a ride with one of the teams that we have in our Cup Series.
Yeah, some great things coming up for next season with this series. So if anybody out there watching that's on iRacing, or come check us out if you want to try to hop in with these trucks next season and give it a shot. We'll be more than happy to have you.
And that's I've been in this league a couple, maybe working on 2 years, I believe, and it's kind of become a home. It's become a lot of fun. We all have a lot of fun together. We work together to teach other drivers and ourselves, learn from other people, and everyone seems to be very helpful as far as helping your iRacing career progress and your skills and ability on track and off track if that's what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's anybody out there that this is their first time watching one of these broadcasts of this truck series, this is Martinsville. It does happen here. You typically have a lot of cautions. Looking back at the last week in the doubleheader, I think they ran 3 cautions in both of those races. So it's just typical Martinsville on the sim. You get these races every now and then. So bear with us. And like I said, it's not normally as many cautions as this, so come check us out.
Yeah, this is definitely not typical. You're gonna have this though. I mean, short track racing, that's what it is.
And I mean, even with the amount of cautions they've had, there's been some great racing, through the field here when they're keeping it straight.
Absolutely, as the pace truck is in, Lilith Peters is gonna get to lay down that pedal one more time as she takes off. Pulling out to a couple truck lengths over 72 of Zorku.
Yeah, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on Peter Theriot here as well.
This guy's banged it up pretty good there.
Looks like Kyle Purcell in that one.
Nathan Christensen was in it. Cautions breed cautions breed cautions sometimes.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but that may have been a little bit of payback on the 09's part.
There's a good chance of that. We've seen the 10 and the 09 get hooked up a couple times, and that, it looked like it was going to happen regardless, but he could have backed out, but didn't feel that need to.
I know. Just from my point of view, I've seen the 10 get into the back of the 09 twice and send them around, and right there looked like like you said, the '09 looked like he may have been able to back out of that and let the 10 go. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, and for the folks at home, I'm going to give you if you want to check a shot on your screen right now, you can see where they all stand in the points standings as of the beginning of this race. So you can see where that could, you know, maybe for the 10, it's not a good idea to bump Nathan a couple of times. As like we said, that could have been a little bit of, I see you out here. I see you.
You gotta love Martinsville. This is what this hyper racing brings. Short tempers, uh, a lot of unhappy drivers throughout this race, and sometimes frustrations just boil over, and you get incidents like that. But that's part of Martinsville. That's what makes it exciting, and I'm sure they'll talk it over after this race and be friends again going into next week.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've even spoken on a few things we've seen happen here on track, and we're totally off base on it a lot of the time. The guys will just let us, they've let us know. I think it was Peter Theriot and maybe Sean Purcell or Kyle Purcell last week. We talked a little bit about that, and they let me know after the race. Oh yeah, no, we were just playing around with one another under the caution. So. Again, we're wrong more than we're right, but that's okay because we're having fun and we're trying to bring it to you guys. We'll let you guys at home decide. Let us know in the chat what you think about it. I mean, I don't know if Nashville's the last chance of this season to actually throw shade back at someone who's done that to you, right?
Oh, absolutely. You got one more shot after tonight. So anyone that rubbed you the wrong way tonight, you always got Nashville.
And that's what's interesting having this as the pace lights are out on the pace truck right before the final round is, some guys have a shot at this championship and may make enemies tonight. You never know. I think in the long run it'll all be over and said and done, but there's still another race left as Lilith Peters is going to lead us back down to that green flag. Enters the restart zone, and as the control truck, she's taking him down slow as she's off.
That was the slowest start she's had all night. I don't think anyone was prepared for that, but she's out to 3-4 truck length advantage here over Jeremy Flanagan.
Yeah, as we see Jeremy Flanagan is under attack by Sean Purcell in the 0-0.
Like yellow's out again.
Yellow is out again. Tyrone Yo, Adam Angerstein, and Rodney Uberpacker. We'll see if we can catch what happened with this action.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that restart bunched everyone up. It's just kind of an accordion effect.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the 29. We need to go to the 29. The 29 got in some trouble there. Let me jump back and look at this. Rodney Uberpacker. So the 29 got in trouble, and I think Tyrone Yo was again caught. So the 1 backed up to 0-0, and the 29. The 29 spun his tires, got into the inside wall, come back up into the 10, the 9, and the 2 barely taps the 9 last second. That's so unfortunate for Tyrone. But again, we mentioned the same people in these wrecks again. We got Kyle Purcell, got caught in another one. Rodney Uberpacker was he spun his tires, which kind of caused it. It really started with Lilith. She brought him down very, very slow.
Yeah, and watching all the previous restarts with the 1, she was actually launching before the starting zone. So I think that's what everyone was anticipating. She wasn't actually using that start zone. So everyone was raring to go, and she chose to slow it down a little bit and wait till she was within that restart zone. So just kind of caught everyone off guard.
Looking through this field, look who we have in the 6th position. Veteran Chad Snyder in that 16 Napa truck. It's beat up a little bit, but he's got her up to the 6th spot after being a lap down not so many cautions ago.
Yeah, that's a good rebound for Chad. I know he had some issues early on. Stuck with it on the lead lap. Probably have a pretty good finish out of this if he can just keep that nose clean.
Yeah, absolutely. As your leader is Lilith Peters. Jeremy Flanagan is still holding down that second position with Sean Purcell in third. Peter Theriot has made his way back up into the fourth position here. Not without tearing that truck up a little bit, but it wasn't so long ago I was saying, man, all the paint jobs look great again. Everybody's got a reset. Everything looks good. And now these trucks have been through a war again. We're 15 laps to go here in the Super Trucks 150. Jackson Minter has about the cleanest truck of the top 10 right now.
Yeah, I think so. You look back through the field, I think everybody's got something. But yeah, Jackson's truck looks pretty straight and clean.
Lilith's truck, I gotta say, that doesn't look too bad either, and definitely not in a bad position for the 14 to go here in this race, being right there in that front position. As here the pace truck is off once again, Lilith Peters will bring us down to that restart zone. Will she hold him up this time, or will she get going? As she seems to be bringing him down slowly, she takes off, pulls out to another 2.5 trucks over the 72. Zorku drives it in deep, as well as the 26 on the outside, making that pass around the 00 of Sean Purcell. Well, Dave, they better get going and not let Lilith get out too far of a lead, or we know how this is going to end. We've seen her do this before.
Oh, absolutely. And Peter just wants this to go green for a few more laps. So I know he's got a good truck. He just needs some green flag laps to get it done. But we're running out of laps here quickly.
Yeah, and I think the 72 is actually holding that 26 up. I'm not sure how long he can let him set there without giving him a little bit of the chrome horn there, kind of move him over or let him know, hey, I got to get by you. As it looks like the 72 is slowing down that 26. 26 trying to get to the inside of the 72. Dives it in a little bit on entry as the 72 slips up. 26 will take that lower lane, and he has moved into second position. He's a second at 1.2 seconds behind Lilith Peters. 10 laps to go here in the Super Trucks 150. Peter Theriot took a 10th off that last lap. 9 laps to go. 1.2 seconds separates Lilith Peters from Peter Theriot.
Yeah, I think Peters is a little bit quicker, but I'm not sure if he's got enough time. We're coming to, is that 7 to go now?
Yeah, 7 to go. I'm not sure he can close that gap. As Lilith actually stretches it a little bit that time. So Jackson Minter is working on that 00 to try to take over the 4th position. Currently, right now, you have Lilith Peters, Peter Theriot, and Jeremy Flanagan, your top 3 with 7 to go. But this battle here for the 4th position between Sean Purcell and Jackson Minter is heating up.
And now Jackson's going to jump to the inside here, Sean Purcell.
Sean squeezes him down onto that curbing a little bit. 16 moves to the inside of the 25. He just dives it in there. Chad Snyder said, I want to get this position away. I want this top 5. He's now to the inside of Jackson Minter. That 25 battles to the back to the outside of the 16. He's not going anywhere on that outside anytime soon. Really making Chad work for this position.
Yeah, Jackson's getting just enough of a run on that high side. Oh, he slipped up a little bit. Chad misses the corner.
Chad missed the corner. The 8 gets around the 25 and the 16. So move Scott Leonard up to the 6th position. Peter Theriot still, he's currently 2 seconds behind your leader, Lilith Peters. She's got 3 laps to go. She's walking away with this. As we see the 00 go to the outside of the 9, which is the lap truck. Rodney Uberpacker, 5th position, looking to get around the 9 as well. Does so. Scott Leonard around that 9. Peter is falling to 2.5 seconds behind Lilith Peters. Lilith is starting to stretch her legs now. 2 laps to go. This is the Or Lawn Care Truck Series brought to you by All American Racing League. This is the Super Trucks 150 coming down to that final lap for your leader, Lilith Peters. Can she complete just one more lap, or she's going to put the 10 of Cal Purcell a lap down? Or another lap down? We hear crashing in the background, folks, but this race is official. And your winner, Lilith Peters, in the number 1 Kajakat Motorsports entry. Second place, the 26 of Peter Theriot. Third, Jeremy Flanagan. Fourth, Sean Purcell. And rounding out your top 5, Rodney Uberpacker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get your top 3 here in the booth, too. That was interesting ending there as we see folks looping their trucks.
Yeah, great run for Lilith. Like we said earlier at the beginning of the broadcast, anytime she enters one of these races, she's always a threat to run up front and win it just about every single time. So great run for her. She definitely found another gear there late in the run.
Yeah, absolutely. And the 72, I guess, is happy about his finish as well, finishing on the podium tonight. Let's see if we can get that 72 in here, Dave, and talk to Zorku.
Yeah. Jeremy Flanagan, Dave in the booth. You get us?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
Hey, Jeremy. Great run tonight with the P3. It was kind of a long race. A lot of patience to just stick with it. How was the view out of your front windshield tonight, bud?
Hectic as hell. Had a truck come up into it a couple of times. Fortunately, the roll cage stayed in place, so that's always a good thing to see. Oh my God, it's just, it seems like no matter what happens at Martinsville, no matter where anyone else places, I'm going to be right there in third. So,
well, like I said, it was kind of hectic, but between the cautions, there was some great racing. So congrats on a P3. And hey, Billy, you got anything?
Yeah, Jeremy, man, good run for you tonight. Good run for your team, Kajakat Motorsports. I hope I pronounced that right. You can correct me in a second. But, man, I don't know. Quick repairs were used up. Your truck still looks pretty clean right now, man. We saw a lot of good racing out of you. Do you have anyone you'd like to thank or any further remarks on your race tonight?
Well, it's only clean because of the fast repairs. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably be stuck in the pits like, unfortunately, Delgado was. But as for the who to thank, first off, I got to thank Foxfire Foods for sponsoring me in this endeavor. And I also got to thank my driver right there, Lilith Peters, for bringing home Kajukat's first win here tonight.
Very cool, man. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll let you, we're probably going to steal her in a little bit, but we'll let you get back to your team to celebrate. Congratulations on a P3.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll talk to the young man, Peter Theriot. We'll get him in here and see what Peter has to say about his run tonight. Hey, Peter, Dave in the booth. How's it going, man?
Guess it's going fine.
All right, that's P2, man. You had a strong truck all night long, it seemed. There was a bit of chaos on track. So how did you see the race as it unfolded? Now, we know there was a lot of cautions. Is Martinsville. It still looks like you guys were having some fun out there.
Yeah, it was terribly chaotic. I mean, that was pretty bad. I mean, led pretty early on, and every time I was out front, I was able to pull away. It didn't matter who was behind me. Truck was really strong. Qualified good, and then I got that EOL later in the race when I went to go for a gap, and the driver had decided it was going to close up. And then on that final or the second to last restart, when we had that big checkup, when I hit Jeremy in the back, I think it gave me front end damage good enough to get to my engine. So I didn't have anything for Lilith, and I couldn't get past Jeremy quick enough. I mean, trying to pass him clean and all that, I probably threw away any chance I had at winning that at the end. It just sucks because had such a quick truck and come up short again.
Yeah, that explains it there then, Peter, because we weren't sure. It looked like, Lilith just kind of took off on that last restart, but that makes sense, getting in the back, that checkup. Like I had mentioned in the broadcast, watching that Lilith had taken off, before the restart zone, every restart up until that one. I think it just caught everyone off guard. So that makes a little bit more sense. But congrats still on a P2. Um, Anyone you'd like to thank?
Rebellion Graphics, primary sponsors, number 26, Chad Snyder, team owner. He was racing tonight. You guys for broadcasting, Jim Hubble for doing race control, and Juggles, Chad, and all of them who host this series. So that's I think that's about it.
Yeah, Peter, and before we send you back, man, congratulations again. Now, um, there's rumor about next week for the final race. Now, you closed the gap quite a few points tonight over the points there. You were 20 points behind coming in. Are you going to be able to make it next week?
I'm not.
That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. As you did close in quite a bit. Not sure what those points finals are going to look like, but I know the 10 had some trouble tonight. Um, but yeah, that's very unfortunate, young man. But we're going to see you out next season, racing, and you're going to be racing trucks again next season, or as this will be the last time we'll be speaking with you this season. Are you running trucks? I know you're going to be in the Cup Series, running full time, but are the trucks or Xfinity something you'll be doing as well?
So this will be my final full-time truck season. I'll be racing part-time in both trucks and Xfinity next season, and then obviously and in trucks part-time for Dominion and Cup part-time for my own team, No Bucks Motorsports, and then I'll be racing full-time in Cup for Dominion in the number six.
Well, congratulations on that, young man. We also are going to try to get you up in the booth here next season for a few of these Xfinity or Truck Series races that you're not competing in. Be nice to have you up here, and again, congratulations on a P2.
Thank you. Hope to see you guys in the booth.
All right, Dave, time for our winner.
Let's go pull in Lilith.
Lilith, Dave and Dave in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Hello.
Just all right. Okay, another victory, another Truck Series race, another victory for you. Chaotic race tonight. More cautions than what we needed to see or what we wanted to see, but the outcome for you is what you expected.
Yeah, I played it exactly how the cup race went, and it went exactly how the cup race went. So I guess that was the good decision.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you finish first, whatever you did was a good decision. Um, there were a couple times there was some green flag laps that were run. There at the end, I believe there was a couple, but no real long stints. But does that kind of get uh, restarting time after time after time? Does that tend to get to you after a bit, or is it just something like another day at the office?
Well, halfway through the race, after like the fourth restart in a row, I completely forgot how to take the corner and almost died. So it does get to me, I guess.
Well, we did notice that on a lot of the restarts you were getting a really good early jump there, and then there was towards the end. I'm not sure, maybe within 20 laps to go, there was a restart in which you just totally fooled the entire field. As you seem to
Yeah.
really, really take it slow, and then the last minute take off, and it did bunch up some folks. I believe some folks toward the back weren't expecting it, and were expecting to go, and it wadded them up there again. But just a little bit of play there on how you were doing the restarts. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks. It was. I wish it could have went better. I don't think I was the quickest truck, but I was at least competitive. I had fun racing when it was green.
Yeah, absolutely. Dave, you got anything for Lilith?
Yeah, Lilith, great job with the win. And like I said, it's when we did have green flag laps, it was exciting racing, good racing. Um, it's just a shame there was a little few too many cautions, but you pulled it out. I think your strategy worked for you. We were kind of curious how that was going to work with Peter coming on the fresher tires, and the cautions really did help you to keep kind of Peter at bay. So I think the cautions did work in your favor there late in the run. So congratulations on the win, and anyone you'd like to thank.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Zorku. This is the first win actually for me in the trucks and for Kaiju Cat Motorsports, so that's pretty nice to get. And I'd like to thank the Bean Team, of course. Nice little group we have. Can I also
Yeah.
make one suggestion?
Absolutely.
Since I have won both Martinsville races, I say no more Martinsville. How about that?
Maybe we'll just take Martinsville off the schedule, Lilith.
I think so.
But great run tonight. That was fun to watch.
Thanks. See you guys next time.
Yep, take care. All right, Dave. There we are. I'm not sure where I threw Lilith just now, but apologize, Lilith. So the racing tonight, again, a lot of cautions. We do have. Let me pull up our how this thing ended. As we have your winner tonight, Lilith Peters, Peter Theriot finishing second, Jeremy Flanagan in third, Sean Purcell was fourth, fifth was Rodney Uberpacker, Scott Leonard sixth, Jackson Minter was seventh, eighth was Chad Snyder, Kyle Purcell was ninth, and rounding out your top 10 was Tyrone Yo.
It looks like 11th is going to go to Adam Angerstein. 12th will go to Nathan Christensen. 13th will go to Christian Delgado. 14th will go to Jason Higginbotham. 15th, Don Manning. And rounding out the field, and 16th will be Johnny May.
Yeah, and tonight's race, tonight's race again. It was caution filled. We kind of expected there was going to be some chaos. We did have a smaller field than we normally have. As you guys will see towards the beginning of our seasons, you do have some folks that fall off in the iRacing or in the EE racing type simulator leagues, but nonetheless, we had 16 trucks on the field tonight. It was some excitement, a little bit of chaos, probably some feelings hurt. But overall, we got through this one, and we're going to go on next week at the same time at 8 p.m. We'll be on for a Nashville, man. Now, what do you think about Nashville, Dave?
I really love Nashville. That's probably one of my favorite tracks on the whole sim. Mainly probably because I've found success at Nashville, whether it's in this league or iRacing officials. Really like the track. So yeah, definitely looking forward to Nashville and crowning a champion over there in the Truck Series at Nashville.
Yeah, and we don't have the points up yet, folks, but we know it's going to tighten up at least just a little bit. As we saw, Kyle Purcell is in ninth position, finishing today. He had a 22-point lead or 23-point lead over Rodney Uberpacker, who would be moving up now. Peter Theriot, we know, is not going to be making next week's race. Or that'd be an even tighter battle. And Christian Delgado found some problems there early and finished in 13th. So really didn't make any gains today on Kyle Purcell. So Rodney Uberpacker is going to close that gap some, and that should be a really tight race going into Nashville. I'm excited for it, excited to call it, and excited to crown a champion next week.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Well, folks, for us up here in the booth, Dave and I in the booth here for All-American Sim Racing Network, this was the All-American Racing League's or Lawn Care Truck Series, the Super Trucks 150 here at Martinsville. You guys stay safe. We'll catch you next time.